Now, before I talk about what I'm going to talk about in this video, I want to make one thing clear that what I'm talking about has nothing to do with kink at Pride. So please don't misunderstand that. I believe that kink does belong at Pride because Pride is an event. It's an event, so kink absolutely does belong at Pride. But what I'm talking about has nothing to do with Pride or an event. What I'm talking about is public humiliation, which is basically going out on a completely regular day where there's no event going on, nothing, going out on a regular day in like a supermarket, cafe, a local corner shop, or even like a fast food chain like a KFC or McDonald's or whatever, and going out in a completely like frilly sissy dress, adult nappy, like adult dummy in your mouth, and like baby mittens on full display in front of unconsenting people during the day, that is not okay. And I want to talk about this because I've actually been seeing some DOMs on social media that have been doing stuff like this. And it kind of surprises me because I think to myself, like BDSM all the time, we talk about consent all the time, but when it comes to like public humiliation, it's like all that talk about consent gets tossed out the window. It's like, okay, yes, you consented to this, but what about everyone else in public that you're shoving your kink in their faces? They didn't consent to this. They didn't ask to see this. It's not appropriate, especially during the day when you're in a supermarket or cafe or whatever, and you have no control over that environment because it's a public area, that there's definitely going to be children there. Like, like, what if children see? Like, you don't know. Like, you could say, well, we went during the day on a school day. That doesn't matter because do you know how many kids or teenagers skip school? It don't matter. You can't say for sure, oh, children won't be there. You have no control over that environment. And it's just the same thing with adults, like shoving your kink in unconsenting strangers. Like that's not appropriate. People didn't ask to see that, and I feel like every time we see a viral video of like, oh, look at this person, sissy adult baby or whatever, did this human dog in public, and the video goes viral, that like just videos like that give BDSM a bad name, and that's why a lot of vanilla people see us as like these weird freaks because they just see these viral videos of people doing it in public, and it's like, oh, everyone point and laugh, or look at this, look at these weirdos doing this thing, and it's not helping, it's not helpful. And like I said, when I just see DOMs doing this, or some DOMs doing this, I just think to myself, you should know better. You should know better not to do this. You should know better that it's inappropriate, that you shouldn't be doing this like, oh, look at my sissy in front of like strangers. Like that's not appropriate, and I don't agree with it. And you know, like that's basically it, I guess. And also I want to say like as a trans woman, I don't agree with um showing pictures of cross-dressing men, or like sissies, I guess, to complete strangers and encouraging strangers to point and laugh at the photos. Like, oh, look, he's dressed like a woman. Everyone laugh. That's also not helpful as a trans woman, especially in England, because transphobia now in England is just a hell of a lot worse than it ever has been. It's getting worse and worse and worse every day. England is now classed as like a really unsafe country for trans people, especially the Supreme Court ruling trying to ban trans people from public toilets. And we're seeing stories every day now of trans people being harassed by police and also cis women being accused of being trans and showing making videos showing pictures of cross-dressing men and encouraging strangers to laugh at the photos is not helpful. Like if you tell me, oh, those videos were fake, like those strangers were actually my friends, they were in on it, then okay, I suppose. But if there are like oh, they're like real strangers that I walked up to and I'm encouraging them to laugh at photos of cross-dressing men, that's not okay. That's and all you're doing is encouraging further hate crime and discrimination towards trans women. Because do you really expect them to know the difference between a trans woman and a crossdresser or like a sissy or whatever? A lot of cis people don't know the difference. They think it's the same thing. So just food for thought. Because I don't agree with that either. And I think also doing that is further harming trans people. And I also don't agree with the whole public humiliation thing. Going out in public in a sissy dress, adult nappy, a adult dummy, baby mittens on full display and showing everyone in like a supermarket or like a local corner shop is hugely inappropriate. And I think DOMs that do this kind of content should know better. And also I've seen videos of like sissies um, picking up orders from fast food chains in a full on sissy frilly dress, wearing cuffs and everything, like picking up an order at a KFC. That's wildly inappropriate. It just don't do it. Don't do this in front of unconsenting people. Like, okay, look, it's okay to do this when it comes to like outdoor play. If it's like in the middle of a countryside, if it's far, far away from anyone, like a town or whatever, and it's in a countryside or the woods or whatever, far, far away from people, there's no one around. Yeah, that's okay. But doing it right in a town center where there's so many people around, that is not okay. That's inappropriate. Shouldn't do that. So yeah, that's my kinky hot take.